patreon.com/VVC Life. And thank you to all of the patrons that have already signed up and are supporting us right now.
No ticket.
Perseus. That's me.
Mm-hmm. That's who you're named after.
Because he was a hero?
Because he was brave and kind, and against all odds, he managed to find his way to a happy ending.
I'm used to the world feeling weird to me. Like a puzzle with half their own pieces. But lately, it all feels different somehow.
Percy, you are special. When you're ready to hear what the gods have in store for you, they'll tell you.
Percy, the stories I have told you about great gods and monsters, they are real.
This is crazy.
You are a half-blood.
Yay! We back. You know what I'm saying? The building. It's going down. Boo-boo bow. I got the squad. I got the team. I got the guys in the building. You know what I'm saying? We have the illustrious Emperor Dad Panther in the building. Ew, we got our big executive out here. You know what I'm saying? They call him Movie Lingo. What's poppin'?
What's good?
All right, so it's time, man. You know what I mean? We have a pantheon of content. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, let's do it. You know what I mean? So we got to start with Percy Jackson. Y'all just saw the trailer. We just finished episode whatever, which is the latest episode. Okay, so if you've been watching our previous episodes, Movie Lingo doesn't like Percy Jackson. Dad Panther hasn't been here, I don't think, for any other for these, and he don't like Percy Jackson. So I'm the only person that likes Percy Jackson. So
the way you said it, it just sounds like a black cinema. The way you say his name, Percy Jackson.
Mr. Percy Jackson coming to the Mr. Jackson or the Percy. You know what it is. No, I'm sorry. I'm trying to answer. I have a bunch of people coming here for a podcast after this, and like everybody me at the same time, so I'm trying to talk and text them at the same time. Like,
I got you.
And it's women, so if you don't reply, they start freaking out.
Yeah,
so yeah,
I got you.
Yeah. So anyway, oh God. So anyway, Percy Jackson has gone through this journey. He was snatched up as a little youngster. Well, he wasn't a youngster, but he's a teen. His mom, something happens to her. He was literally in the training for the kids for 5 minutes. They gave him a sword and they said, "Yo, go save the world, nigga." And he like, "What?" And then look, take 2 people with you. Pick 2 niggas you want to go with you. Him and her. Yeah, all right, bye. Take some money, take some gold, and get the hell out of here. You know what I mean? And go figure it out. Where do I go? I don't know. Figure it out. Well, who do I fight? I don't know. Figure it out. Well, what do I have to do to win? I don't know. Get the hell out.
And you like this?
Hilarious. This is simply magnifique. And every episode, surprisingly, we engage some mythical character from Greek mythology or one of their underlings that nobody knows who the hell that person is or that object or whatever, because none of us really gave a shit about this stuff in high school. So anyway, the latest episode, the kids, they've started to bond. They're growing closer together. You know what I'm saying? And technically it's 2 episodes because we didn't talk about it last week. So there's the one episode where they had to run through a little park and they met Ares. And Ares is a cool guy. Not surprising. All right. They go through that. Everything is cool. And then they come to the last thing. they go to St. Louis, and apparently the big arch in St. Louis is a temple. Okay.
It's like sacred ground, I guess.
There you go. Yeah. All right. At this point, you've already told me a bunch of bull crap. I'm in. It doesn't matter. I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah, this was up. So, so apparently the rules are, if it's a temple, the bad guys can't come in the temple. Okay, look, I got thrown out the window 5 minutes later. So they running for their lives. They on the elevator. Stupid idea. You're running for your life, don't get on the elevator, especially with mystical characters in tow, running after you. So obviously you get to the top because this is a TV show. You have to go to the top of the St. Louis thing. You got to missed opportunity if you don't. It's Hollywood. This is what we do. So mind you, these mystical characters can't be seen by real people. Think about that. So when the thing that we can't see blows out a historical museum, the bottom of a historical museum, which would, if you really want to technically get involved, you cause an explosion that big with a hole in it that big, it would mess up the infrastructure of this very delicately put together item. Technically, the whole shit should fall and we should have thousands of deaths. It doesn't happen. Somehow, Percy falls, but like goes into water. Now below is concrete, but somehow the water comes and brings him, and he goes on a roller coaster ride and into the water, and he finally, I guess there's a direct communication or some. Well, actually, technically, it's still a third party communication. His dad really don't want to talk to this nigga. Hey man, go down here and tell that nigga I said blah. I'm watching TV right now. Look, I'm watching Reacher right now. I ain't got time for your show. I'll be back when the season finale comes. I'll come back to this. And he sends a message that's been sent before, but I guess this was more dramatic because it's underwater. And episode ends. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the problem I have with that episode the most, actually through this whole journey, is how he keeps volunteering to be that guy when he's only spent 5 minutes training. He's not that guy, and he knows that. I don't know, but they just keep allowing it to happen where he's basically sacrificed himself. So then we know he's not going to die, so it's no longer intense. And there's a lot of poor decisions made, or they forget things like, they say just a sacred ground, they can't come here, and then they're in there. Or like when they say that the pin you have is going to find its way back to you unless you die in battle or give it up. But then the girl can't find her pin. So he's like, here, take mine. Like, bro, which is it? And so as I'm watching these episodes, I'm just like, there's a tunnel vision on what the objective is, and they're not remembering what they wrote 5 minutes ago, and it's annoying me.
Yes, and the whole world behind the world thing, and not being able to explain how consequences work, like meaning that I'm still trying to understand. So did the building actually get blown at the bottom, or did it not? How does that work? How do you explain that? There's no explosives. So let's say we're doing a forensic investigation, which is way too far deep into this. So all right, so there's some claw marks. There's no claw blood. Like there's no, I don't know. Like, oh, how did it explode? Do we have residue from an explosion? Is this plastic explosive? Is it that? There's no explanation, sir. It's just, so what you're trying to say is it just blew on its own? It just blew because there's nothing else. It's just, yes, sir. All right, wrap it on up, guys. We did a great job here. Like, I don't know how magic works versus the real world. Still enjoy it. This is for kids. This is not for adults.
Right.
I would keep prefacing that every time we get into this episode. Y'all get in y'all barump bag and no. It's just like no. Thundercats made no sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Silverhawks made no sense. Yo, if you ever watch an episode of G.I. Joe's, nigga, this shit makes zero sense. But when you're a kid, you're not looking at storyline and all of that. You're just going along with it and having fun. Stuff explodes and you get to see these mystical creatures, and it's connected to something you've seen in school. So, that it might have a cool factor to it. I don't know. But Dad Panther, like, come on, man. Come on. Tell us how you feel.
I think you said it best when you said, what are they doing with Percy? And they're saying, just figure it out. And they're saying, if you watch it and you're at a certain level, just figure it out. If things don't make sense, just figure it out. Like there was one episode where he was unclaimed. He was claimed like 7 hours later. It's like, figure it out. If you're not supposed to pay attention to, and Lingo mentioned on another episode where it was like, these people have been around his life for a significant amount of time and never trained him, never told him anything. And some of them were honestly just betrayals. And they literally are saying, pay no attention to that. And like you said before, this is for a younger audience. They're not going to connect the dots on that. It's been tough to go through this because I've been watching Echo. Like I told you guys, I was going to give benefit of doubt. I was going to play one episode of Echo and let it keep going. And I was going to go to Percy and just go back and forth and see who did it. And Echo, I ended up finishing after 1 or 2 episodes. I kept going with it, and we'll talk about that later. But Percy just, it looks well. It's shot well, I think. It has a good pace for what it is. Adam Copeland, who's Edge in the WWE. There's so many other people. Lynn is, Hermes. Like there's a lot of, cast members on here that brings it together, but just honestly, you don't feel like anything's important because whenever Percy is the main person of that objective, you just feel like nothing of any harm is going to come to him. Someone like Grover, Annabelle are played well. I think Grover's going to come out of his shell more, but I mean, it's all right, but it's not, I don't know how many more episodes are left. We're on 5.
It's got 8 this season.
I think my fantasy ends. I think my fantasy ends. And I just move on to something else. I'll go watch Wheel of Time on Prime.
That one
2.
dropped. That one falls off too in season 2.
Oh, don't say it. Damn.
Yeah, I quit that.
I was excited about that.
Yeah. Would I rate this anything high? No. This is definitely catch it on streaming for me. And probably right below that. But I'm not even gonna say that it's not doing it for me. It's just something I don't let me see something. Catch on streaming, not doing it for me. All right. Well, I guess I would have to say, yeah, I'll keep it at a catch it on streaming because I'm actually not tripping about watching it. It's just something, and I'm paying for damn Disney, so give me something, goddamn it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, and you gave me Echo. That was like a little tasty little treat, and then that didn't last long. You know what I'm saying? And then like, so drag it out and give me this slop. Give me the rest of the slop. I'll eat it. You know what I mean? That's just where I'm at with it.
No, thank you. There's too much good TV out.
No, I've watched it. Seriously, I've watched it. I've watched a lot of stuff. You don't have as much time as I have. I have time. I watch.
I got time. I got time today.
Time. Facts. So anyway, with that being said, I'm sorry, Eddie, was there anything else you wanted to add, sir?
It's not doing it for me. I am going to finish it though, see if they sway me, but I seriously doubt it. I even though it is for kids, I want people to still give tight writing because kids hang on to everything they see. And if you're giving intelligent writing to young kids, imagine how they take that as they grow. Because TV made us who we are today, even though a lot of people don't want to admit it. But all of us kids in the 80s, when they tell us, as we stopped going outside to play as much in the late 80s and 90s, we start watching TV more, staying there playing video games. Those shows, those movies, those characters that we all bonded to shaped us to be the people we are today. So why not give these kids some really tight writing so they can start coming up better, and then we can get, some smarter people in office. Maybe I know I'm reaching now, but still.
Yeah, that was a lot.
That was a reach, Reacher. That was a reach. But I will piggyback off what he's saying. Like, think about, I'm assuming everyone has watched this movie, Goonies, and it plays on the idea of fantasy and being young. And there is still holes all over that movie and things that are completely unrealistic. But as a kid, as a teen, it challenged you to use your imagination. Think about games like Dungeons and Dragons. Fast forward to like pop culture now and Stranger Things. I think if you give them something that challenges them and captures their imagination, it's priceless down the road. And unfortunately, even with the cast, I think the young cast does well. I'm hearing it follows the book better than the movies. I feel like it comes off flat of being anything more than watching once.
Okay. I don't think we need to keep kicking Percy. He's Okay, we get it. He sucks. There's not, yeah, y'all just want to keep beating him until he's dead. It's all good, man. He's got enough problems on his own trying to get across country for whatever reason to get to this mythical place. Everybody else just seems to go through a portal or something, but I guess, whatever. Moving right along. So let's go to our next trailer for the class. Oh, I ain't gonna say the classic Echo. I don't even know how to tell y'all what this is about, but let's go.
When I was a boy, I had to choose a path, or fate would choose for me. I've hurt people, and I'm going to hurt more. I'm asking forgiveness for what I'm about to do. Savages, gang wars, the city crumbles. Maya, we are the only ones we can trust.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Woo, man. Yo. Echo. The long-awaited 5-part series created by Marvel based on a character that was in the what is that? The
Hawkeye.
Christmas Hawkeye, the Christmas series. A young lady that is deaf and Native American, weird combo. Is a pretty much like a hitman for the I forgot his
Kingpin.
name. Thank you, sir. Maybe you should open this because I'm horrible.
Wilson Fisk, the Kingpin.
Thank you, Wilson Fisk. And we follow the journey from the last episode. This picks up directly after the last episode of Hawkeye. So just to kind of give you guys some context, just in case I don't know anybody that wouldn't know that. I mean, that's like one of them. This is Marvel we're talking about here. This is a very well-known thing. But what I will admit is, if you've never watched any of that other content, you could actually press play on this, and it will bring you up to speed. It doesn't require you to be understanding how canon works. It doesn't require. Well, I feel like there's only one scene where like some random shit happens and it's completely. So like when Daredevil comes in, if you don't know who Daredevil is, it does seem kind of weird because like the scene is going on and this nigga randomly comes in, whips a whole bunch of niggas' asses, and then literally disappears. And you going and like shorties try to catch a breath, like, where the fuck this nigga go? And then they just go to another scene. There's no explanation. So like if you're not familiar with Daredevil, that scene probably is the only scene in the film, I mean in the series, that I would have to say is completely confusing. Everything else is explained. Everything else kind of, makes sense. And shout out to them for crowbarring a very random superhero into another superhero story, but shout out to them for that. I want to go before I go to the highs and lows. What were when I force fed the trailer to y'all and y'all didn't want to see it? What were your initial reactions?
My initial reaction for Echo, for me, I'm always intrigued with Marvel. For me, Marvel, the way I am with Marvel is the way people are with Apple. When Apple drops something, they even if they got doubts in their head, they're gonna go for it. They, the Appleites, as I call them, and I'm the same with Marvel. If Marvel's dropped something, I'm gonna see how this is gonna tie together and see what else they can give me, what I can grow from it, or how the universe is gonna grow. So I was looking forward to seeing it, even though I did have some reservations.
Got you. Okay, Dad Panther.
I think it's similar to what Lingo was saying. It's Marvel. It had a stamp on it. I enjoy the fact when there's new characters. I think we talked about this before in the As If, the new season that comes out. So I was just ready to watch it. But again, watching Loki, Ant-Man, whatever, and some of the other projects they've been doing, it's kind of been running a little stale.
Mm. Now, when you said you had reservations, what were your reservations?
My reservations were because I know she's not gonna this character is not gonna make it to the Avenger level. And a lot of the stuff that I've been accepting on is because I know it's gonna add to the Avenger level story. But then and when Marvel took away their rights from Netflix and pulled those shows, I was telling the Dad Panther even back then, it's because they're gonna throw it on the Disney Plus, and they still after all these years hadn't. So I started to wonder, like, well, why are we gonna get more of Echo if we're not gonna get more of the Daredevil? And of course they did start announcing the Daredevil was coming, but then it was getting pushed back because of the strike, and now it happened. So I'm like, if they're trying to give us something new, because separate from Daredevil, that's what I had reservations for. But like the only reason they should be giving her this opportunity is because she's going to be very heavy in the Daredevil Reborn series, and there were rumors that she wasn't. So I'm like, then what's the point? I don't want branching off right now. I just want to build up this universe where it's just total crossover and Leo. So that was my reservations. But then this week they officially brought back everything, all of the shows that were on Netflix, and they brought them back on the platform. And they're officially co-signing like we're building from here. We're not, so I'm good with it now.
Well, to clarify, there was an announcement that was made that everything from the television series are now canon and are officially connected to the greater universe. That's number one. The second thing, they did an announcement that they would do a 2-tiered run. So you'd have your Avenger level stuff that would take place all over the universe and it would be really big. And that they would be doing a whole different run of stories that would be street level, just the way the comics traditionally were. So you had your street level heroes that were like Spider-Man, kind of dipped back and forth between like local level shit and big shit. But then, like certain other guys were just in the streets. They were just running around the cities. They were just in different towns and they dealt with. So like Wilson Fisk isn't supposed to be a part of the big story. He's the guy that's the problem in the city. So
Right.
the street level guys are going to constantly be fighting people like Fisk or other individuals that have crime organizations. So you're going to see a continued stream of shows that are going to be like, all right, this is street level Marvel. And then you might see every now and then, just like I felt like they did a great job with Hawkeye, the effects of the blip on these street level characters. Hey, this is the effect of the blip on the Fisk Corporation and Echo and all these people. So it's not like they're the overlap isn't action based. It's just storyline connection. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Let me explain so we can move on. I know they're street level, but there's still levels of street level, and Echo's not on that Daredevil tier and Fist tier. So that was my disappointment. So we don't have to go through the explain.
Oh, I thought she was. I mean, because she worked for Fisk, so I thought naturally she would fall into that place. But anyway, let's get into the highs and lows. And Dad Panther, why don't you take the lead on this one?
All right. So for me, the high that I would say for this one, I want to say it's nice to see a new character where you're just focused on the story. You're not, at least I wasn't looking at the bigger scope of everything. If other characters like Daredevil and there was some other cameos, I won't say that show up, that's fine. But to see a new character, a original story, at least for me, I was more intrigued on that. And I love that the sound and everything that they kind of put together, where I'm not gonna lie, I really thought my headphones or my setup was wrong. And then understanding this is the world that she lives in and this is what they're pulling you in. And sometimes it had flaws. I enjoyed that. And not only that authentic story, like you can go back and learn about her people and what it represents. So I took that as a big pro. The con was it felt like it was muddy. It wasn't long enough. A lot of recapping, which gave it like an anime filler type of thing. And I just think that's going to kind of go against it. But other than that, I mean, that's my high and low right there.
All right, Eddie, what's popping?
Highs for me was that they actually dropped all 5 episodes. I was appreciative of that, able to run through it. Also, highs for me is that they weren't afraid to give you a little of the story, the connection. It was clear, obvious what they did with the animated series over the holidays with the people that were the Native Americans that had the power. That was kind of like foreshadowing that they were going to link this. So now if you have any more questions, but I like that Marvel doesn't do anything unintentionally. So there's ways you can go back and reference or get deeper knowledge on the people as her as a Native American. So I really like how they brought that out and tried to keep it as accurate as they did on the animated what if. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. The lows for me is that one, we didn't need the Daredevil moment if he wasn't going to come back. I know they were trying to satisfy some, but that was forced. I mean, they could have just did a recap of the universe she's in. Obviously, she's dealing with Wilson Fisk, Kingpin, so we didn't need that Daredevil scene in the beginning. Also, I felt like that this story at the pacing, it being only 5 episodes, I liked what we got as far as her evolution and getting contact with her ancestors, and it's echoing, as they call it, and that's how she got her name and she's getting these powers. But if they're only going to do 5 episodes, I would have liked a little bit more action involved. For me, it was a whole lot of story and backstory and motion and people working through some stuff. I was hoping if you're going to do it at this pace, then let's see what it's all about. Give us more episodes. Give us 8 instead of 5. Give us 8, and now let's see her with this newfound acceptance of the ancestors. Where's she really going? I mean, we know she's an anti-hero, and we know eventually she does team up with Daredevil in the comic books. But let's give us a little bit more to show us the reward of her getting the power instead of just leaving it there, because you didn't really leave me at a spot where like, well, I can't wait to see what they do with that. I was just like, okay, that's done. And now we'll just see whatever comes next. So that was a big low for me. This series is kind of underwhelming. Like I was saying, even though I know Daredevil, she hopefully she will be in the Daredevil Born Again more often, and but to what degree? Because right now she's already separated herself from Wilson Fisk, so it's gonna be interesting to see. But I was a little underwhelmed altogether.
No, I totally get you. From my perspective, the thing that probably took me out of the show the most was the the irrationalness of Echo. So you have your main character, I mean, you have your supporting cast. I was riding with everything until she goes home. And she goes home to get patched up. But then she chooses to, all right, I want to take this action against this organization. Everybody around you that you allow yourself to be seen by is telling you this is not a good idea. Like you're bringing the problem to the people you care about. And then she's trying to be all like hard, like, no, I don't care about nobody and don't nobody care about me. And I'm like, that's obviously very untrue, because niggas is looking out for you. They holding you down. And it's that was probably the only thing that I couldn't understand, is like, I could understand you being angry, but for you to be so willfully ignorant of the fact, for you to be so willfully ignorant in saying, yo, I don't care about none of these people, none of these people care about me, but these people are actively helping you and are actively caring for you. Your step granddad is fixing your leg. Your cousin is out buying you food and running around, and this other person is doing, and you are hiding from somebody that cares about. You're literally hiding from this person. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to take you, that person's going to take you to an emotional place that you don't want to deal with. To me, I feel like the motivations didn't make sense. She could have just as easily gassed up her bike and gone to another place and caused the same problem. But she did it there, and now we ended up. I feel like they didn't do a good enough job taking us through the journey, giving us a logical scenario that would have, like, it would have. All right, I'll just give you this example. It would have made more sense if she had found her way back into town, had started reconnecting with her family and started problem solving, and then the dude called in and be like, yo, I found Shorty. Y'all need to come down here and get her. And then people start coming through. That would have made more sense versus her doing the dumb stuff that she did, and then that causes the chain reaction. I just feel like that was sloppily handled. I definitely felt like the Daredevil's whole thing was crowbarred in. The flashbacks to the different versions, of the family members, I thought that was confusing for a long time, and thank God that they actually resolved it and brought it in. I thought that in the beginning it was annoying as hell, but after they tied it in, I was like, all right, that's cool. And then the last thing is like, I've never seen in my lifetime a company take so much time to integrate so many different cultures. I was like, yo, they are really committed to bringing in Native American culture into this, Indian culture into this, Asian culture into this. Like, this is amazing. African American culture. Like, they are really spending millions of dollars to really touch these different groups and say, we see you, we acknowledge you. Like, and not only that, but here's something for you to connect to. Here's something for you to love. And as much as I want to hate it, I'm sorry, I have to just be in awe, of that active willingness, because they didn't have to do it. I've spent 44 years, well, 40 some odd years, seeing Hollywood ignore the fuck or just exploit in some disrespectful ways different cultures. At least in these time periods, to see that yes, you're exploiting it, but you're at least trying to be respectful. We're at least trying to get names right and use accents and use languages that are native. We're using the clothing. We're finding essential people. I just thought that was great. So, like, shout out to them and super kudos for that. I definitely love the fact that they dropped all 5 at one time. I definitely love that. And lastly, I'm happy that it was only 5 episodes. They got in and they got the freak out, because I ain't gonna lie to you, it was getting boring for me after the second or third episode, and I was like, yeah, whatever. Like, because they didn't really have a lot. To be honest with you, this could have been tightened up to 3 episodes, and it would have been 10 times better. You could have a lot of, like, if you really go back and watch this with a notepad, you could have been like, this scene, nope, didn't need this scene, nope, didn't need this scene, nope, didn't need this scene. No, it's so much filler in this joint. And I have, you know what? Maybe I had to get them hand claps, yo.
For what?
Masterful filler. You know what I'm saying? It was just like so much stuff we didn't need, but it was beautiful filler. Like, you know what I'm saying? These scenes with the different family members and all this, like, the scene could have been 1 minute, but you just stretched that thing out to 4 or 5 minutes. You know what I mean? All this little stuff that it was just kind of like, we didn't need that. They hired so many extra people that they didn't need. Shout out to y'all. Man, y'all just hiring people for no reason. Shout out to y'all, man. Man, there you go, man. Native Americans, man. Shout out. Hey, man, we got to give more Native Americans some money. Like, yo, just hire some extra people. What we going to do? We'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. We'll just throw them in there somewhere. They was just throwing people in there. Because if you really want to get down to the core story, a lot of this, yeah, like I said, 3 episodes. Might even 2 episodes, for real. You could have had a phenomenal, like, 3 episode, like, bam, 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 bam. Every episode would have been action packed. It would have been filled. You could have transitioned, boom, boom, boom. And you would have been like waiting at the edge of your seat for the next episode. Boom, you get the next episode, the build up. And the last episode is the resolve, teary-eyed goodbyes, everybody, and then she ride off into the sunset on a bike. You know what I mean? You could have did that in 3. For you to fluff fill 2 extra hours, y'all some gangster niggas. Yo, shout out to 2 hours of fluff, baby. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them for that. All right, y'all know what time it is, gentlemen.
Let's do it.
That time, sir. I know Dad Panther's been chomping at the bit. Let me tell him how I feel. All right, is it a classic? Is it a good watch? Is it catch on streaming? Is it not doing it for me? Is it a or is it, if you ever show me this again, I will. All right, so Diddy Dad Panther, what's popping, sir?
Flaws and all, I still liked it. I would say I would put it as catch it on streaming.
With you. Big Ed Ling. What's up, dog?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with not doing it for me.
What?
Oh hell no!
Yeah, I like the connection of the power of the ancestors, what they did with it, but there was nothing done that makes me want to see that character again. Especially when she's powering up old people to throw punches, and they couldn't put a stunt woman in their place. That really bothered the hell out of me. But I'm sorry for that spoiler.
Wait a minute. The little special thing that the grandfather made for her leg, that didn't make you feel like that? I'm like, ooh,
No, sorry. Didn't do it.
So when she had her Mezzomucil, whatever it is, and she powered up, you just were like, I can't take it no more.
I couldn't. Does not do it.
Friend had power, and she was like, "Don't fight it."
I hate to add on to Eddie's point, but to have the ending literally just be the bad guy just gets up and then walks out, gets in his car and drives away, and you going,
"That's it."
Hey, wait, what?
I think we did our thing.
Hey, what did you do to me? What did you do to me?
Yeah.
What did you do to me? Like, if he was laid out and they had to pick him up, or the police had put him in, I would have been like, all right, that would have been, but you just literally just got up and was, what did you do? What you do?
Changed careers too. He changed careers too.
We all sitting here asking the same question. What the fuck did you do?
What did she do? Right? Because we know he's still evil. So,
all right. All righty then. So, yes, we're gonna move on to the next joint. We hope you guys enjoy it. I would love to hear people's opinions in the chat rooms. Please let us old curmudgeons not, you know what I'm saying, just ruin your film experience. You know,
what's you rated it?
Oh no, more for like,
oh hell
no. He went to hell
no. If we weren't doing this show, I would have gave up on that thing an episode, maybe 2 episodes in. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you 1,000%.
All right. Unlike Dad Panther, I don't just cherry pick what I want to watch. Like if the boss tells me to watch, I'm gonna watch.
Hey, did I not watch Percy? Did I not start watching Percy?
Well, we do still have 3 more episodes, and you said you're not watching no more.
Hey, listen. And if you go, I listen to you guys when you guys sat there talking about episode 1 and 2, and it was tough for you then.
Should I pull up the group chat? The group chat, you was spicy. Yo, I'm gonna watch 1 episode, and after I am not watching no more. I'm like, damn, nigga.
Hey, but listen, my time is valuable, so I gave one show a shot and went back and forth.
Eddie, nobody gives a fuck about your time. You have
back and forth.
That's it.
If you had a choice, which one to watch, what would you watch? You probably watch at least Percy over Echo.
Well, the question is, do I have a choice as a real reviewer, or do I have a choice? See, as a real reviewer, I didn't have a choice.
Fine. Here goes real reviews. If you didn't,
I watched them both.
If you didn't want to do this for other people, to save them the trouble, would you yourself watch Percy and or Echo?
Yo, you know what's crazy? The fact that we're having this discussion is insane. Like, and the fact that I'm actually going to have to say I enjoy Percy more than Echo because they gave a fucking Echo. They don't give a fucking Percy. That's crazy.
I actually enjoy Percy more than I have Echo also.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna lie.
You can't treat him like any of the other niggas around here because he ain't like any of the other niggas around here. You got it?
You know what I'm saying? Yo, shout out to Percy, nigga. The redemption is here, baby. The redemption is here.
Half blood. He's the chosen one.
Yo,
I want the knife.
Yeah, facts. Good God, how the fuck did we get to this point?
Because you needed something to clear your palates and make you say, you know what? I don't like how that tastes. I'm gonna go back over here, Golden Corral.
Man, we said so many nice things about Echo just so we could turn around and fucking kick the nigga. God damn, yo.
Now I had kicked Percy down earlier, and now I'm trying to pick him up. Come on, little guy.
No, you want it, man.
You got a class. You got to go and be late for third period. Come on, let's go.
Let's be honest. The only thing you're doing is trying to toughen him up so he could be better. That's all. You're just being hard on him because you see the potential. You can see this being better. That's it. That's all. And I knew that from before.
Yeah, you can see it being better. That's pretty much my issue. I can see it could be better.
Yeah. I don't. It's not like that. I dislike the actors. It's not like I dislike the graphics and the there's so many great elements to this, but the storytelling does fall short. I mean, you know what I mean? And Echoes, I felt like, it's the diversity hire. we need a Native American character. And instead of the thousands of great Native American comic book characters they had, we found the little pissant one little thing, and we just tried to blow it up to something with no real storyline to it. Like, it was crazy. We just watched something else that had Native Americans in it.
What If? Episode 6.
Thank you. That was phenomenal.
But that was the same people. That was the same tribe with the water and the light and the other planet.
But why did you get that so right and then you got this so wrong? That's the point I'm getting to. Like, how you flub that? Go ahead, Dad Panther. Go ahead.
No, I was thinking in my head. I don't know if they were the same tribe.
Yep.
Wasn't she Mohawk?
Oh, see, now you might have got me there. I assumed with that water and the light and the power that it was the same tribe. So
yeah, I think it's a different tribe.
Let me help both of y'all. All right, we just gonna go right to this.
Richard,
save us all.
So Little Wing could be our next 9/11. What are our directives?
You and Dixon go to Denver. The Little Wing software is useless without the missile hardware, and that's where it's made. Maybe you can gum up the works, keep the missiles out of the wrong hands. O'Donnell and I will head down to D.C. I want to swing by Homeland, see what they know about AM. Taking out airplanes is his MO. They might have some intel on him.
How do you figure we're going to do that? You think we're just going to knock on the door and take them
That was not a clip. I repeat, that was not a clip from our latest episode. That was a clip from a few episodes ago. I think that was like episode 6 or something like that. We are talking about Reacher episode 8. Am I correct?
No, episode 7.
We are at episode 7 of Reacher. Really, I have 3 more.
One more episode. One more.
Yes.
It's only 8.
One more.
8. Oh,
yeah.
Anyway, at the end of this last episode, there's not much more we could do because them niggas ain't getting out of that building alive. All right. So Reacher has been doing what he was doing. The last episode, you know what I'm saying? And there's spoilers in this because we are doing this episode by episode. So by now, you should have seen this shit, okay? So last episode, they killed the shit out of the one cop that was supposed to be fighting Reacher. We all had our money on a good fight at the end of season 2. Not happening. That nigga dead. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't kind of dead. He's fully dead. Died in the arms of the black character, the black female character. And even though she's gay, she got a little moist for him at the end there. So shout out to her. And shout out to him. You might have turned her. She might come back to us after this. You know what I mean? Because she was piazed in episode 7. You know what I'm saying? They found the lady and her daughter, and now they've got her, and they are trying to protect her. In addition to you know, then they finally figured out that their guy that they thought was a good guy is really a good guy. Whew! You know, I was stressing all this time because we just didn't know, and it could have been that Mr. Asian man could have been bad. So now Reacher's heart can stop, you know, going 20,000 miles an hour because I don't know why he cares so goddamn much. I mean, I do, but it's really, we get it, bro. You're the All-American. I feel like there's they spend so much time reinforcing this All-American, down-home, good, loyal guy thing that it almost becomes annoying to a certain point. I'm just saying. So we got it. That's done, and we don't have to keep beating that into the ground. Episode 7 is, look, niggas, it's about time. This whole episode should have just been a montage of the gear up for the main battle. You know what I mean? Like, they should have just spent this whole time getting guns and explosives and all that, but they didn't. They did more talking. If I remember correctly, there was one really good action scene where it was a comeuppance moment where, you know, one of the guys got their just due. And it was beautiful. Super excited to see where this goes. And I'm going to shut up now. And I'm going to ask Eddie to take it away and give us his opinions, highs, lows, and all that.
Yes, I'm really excited for the next episode. But episode 7 is what we're talking about today. Highs for me was that they they did go ahead and get they avenged the cop that died. We know that even though his boss played stupid and it's like, oh, I didn't know what they were going to do when I told him he was on to him. I thought he'd drop him back of money. Like, come on, you know him longer than anybody. You know he wasn't going to take that money. Like, he played dumb. So I'm glad he got his the way he did, because there was a moment where I was worried that because he gave up information, he was going to let him live with the guilt or something. But because Reach's not the type that was just going to just kill him. The guy wasn't doing nothing. So I was like, don't walk away. But then the guy went for the gun. I was like, okay, that justifies the cold murder.
I'm sorry, I have to disagree. There was about an episode or two ago where Reacher clicked into "they all gonna die" mode. Like, he literally said, "I'm gonna go kill this nigga." Like, this nigga got to go. Anybody in this show that has been deemed as a bad guy, he has clicked into Terminator mode. At this point, everybody's going down. I'm sorry.
Everybody part of the organization, but this cop was on the outside, dirty but not fully in. So we don't know if he gonna give him the same rules or not.
He said he gonna kill that nigga. He was serious.
Well, yeah, he did say it, but when they hesitated, I was like, "What are you doing? Kill him!" But all right. So he died anyway. So I'm glad. So I really like that part of the episode. I'm still bothered though. My lows. I mean, my highs. I'm looking forward to how it's going to end, but my lows still bothered by this one character that's making his way to meet everybody at this facility. I don't even think we saw him this episode. The guy with the initials AM that that's still, making his way to meet up with T-1000 and his people for whatever reason they need to execute their plans. I don't think we saw him at all on episode 7. Did you guys see him?
Yeah, we should Terminator.
No, the guy that's supposed to be making his way to meet him.
Remember the guy went and
but then the police officer
he met with the guy with the semi truck. Remember that?
Yeah, and remember the police stop.
He looked at the rock, right? He looked at the rockets and all that shit.
Oh, I must have dozed off.
Oh boy,
I don't remember.
That's crazy.
I've been doing a lot lately, so I might have dozed off. I might have missed that. But like I said, I'm glad we finally at the point. The next episode should just get right to it. It should just be all or everything we want to bring closure to this. There have been a couple of episodes that could have been a little bit more exciting this season, but I'm still very much into it. Still very much pleased.
Okay, Dad Panther.
I enjoy it as well. I still like it. I mean, the story is great, and I get what you're saying, that all American, that look, whatever it is. There was a part, I don't know if you guys saw it, where I'm not going to spoil anything, but there's a long walk towards the end of this episode, and Reacher just has his arms where he can't put them down. And I get he's a big guy, but I'm saying in my head, like, are they telling him to kind of fluff up a little bit, kind of like Captain America's medium shirt type of thing? But I enjoy, what the episode has been. I think the only low that I would say is, it's unfortunate it has to stop. We know it's coming down to an end. We're hoping they tie up all the loose ends with some type of closure. I'm trying to think in my head, like, I'm trying to not pay attention to the bullets and the idea of how bullets work. I don't know if it's Dom and family making me say don't pay attention to it, because at least the story is more intriguing than that. But I mean, the physics of bullets, by episode 3, we're not counting them anymore. When you need to hit a shot, you'll hit a shot. Snipers can't hit their shots. You have no cover, no bullets hitting you, but it hits Russo. It hits bullets are accurate there. There's certain times where you would just say in your head, if I throw XYZ bullets in this direction, I should hit something. But it's not in the script, so you don't. So, that's the only part where I'm like, the story is so strong, and what they've been showing you and callback of characters, I'm not going to say what characters, feels good and it looks good. But it also, again, it's like a little bit of the real is kind of being thrown aside for the story. So I just hope the payoff is good at the end.
I agree with him. Okay. Of the 3 shows, this is obviously leaps and bounds above the rest. Even though this episode isn't like the best one in the entire season, this is a great setup episode to what we're going to get into at the end. That last little conversation between Reacher and African American chick, that was pretty cool. And him walking up. I thought that was cool. Them ended up because at the end of the day, I'm like, there's no way they should have enough manpower to take this whole situation down. So for them to capture 2 of the team, which was the dumbest thing. Never mind. So anyway, I don't want to give too much away, but I'm definitely anticipating the next episode. And maybe Percy could learn something from Reacher, and let's just hope that maybe there'll be something there. So anyway, all right. So I'm not gonna do all of the over the top stuff. Where are you rating? Where are we at overall season wise? Where are you at with the season? Classic, good watch, catch on streaming. Not doing for me. Oh hell nah. If you ever show me this again, I'll slap you. Eddie, where you at?
I'm still at a good watch. Still at a good watch.
All right, Dad Panther, are you agreeing to the good watch?
Good watch. Go read the books for a better experience, but good watch.
Damn. Took a nice little gut punch out of that motherfucker and said, good watch, but then take this fucking foot with you right in your ass. All right. So yeah, definitely a good watch for me. Comparing the seasons. Do we feel like this is as good or maybe a little better than season 1? Is it the same or has it fallen out of alignment?
All right.
Go ahead.
Thank you. For me, honestly, as great as season 1 is, I feel like this is just a little bit better. And that's because of my appreciation for the 110 coming together and adding more elements of cool and smart, and ruthless. I feel like, we're getting more of it across the board. And I really appreciate what they bring to the team, even though they're not on Reacher's level.
Go ahead, Dad Panther, before I go. I'm sorry.
I would say the same thing. It's the pace of the show. Yeah, that small town, even though it's shot in Toronto or near Canada, but it still has come up in their level on the second season. Both were good though.
I would definitely agree. I'm liking this because this is more of an adventure, whereas season 1 was more of a murder mystery kind of like, conspiracy theory, cop drama. This is more of an action adventure story. I once again agree that having the group of people to add more funny, you have a group of people who are poking jabs at the person that is supposed to be impenetrable. Like, you know what I mean? So whereas the season 1, you've established this super person. And then now you've got the group of people that are making fun of the super person. They're not saying that he's not super. It's just they're the ones pointing out how unrealistic you are in this world that we live in. Like, yo, nigga, you are just what is going on with you, nigga? Like, they're all constantly trying to figure out what is going through your head. Like, there are so many moments where Reacher will say something and the whole team breaks and goes, what the fuck, man? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I love that. It's just like, what is going on with you? Like, are you this good? It's almost disgusting. Like, we're disgusted with the goodness in you, and your decision making is just stop. Get a house. She's got regular pussy. Fuck her and chill the fuck out. Like, I think that's everybody's got the same sentiment of sit the fuck down. It ain't that serious and chill the fuck out. And then he's just like, nah, I'm going to stay right here on 10 because I'm always ready to whip somebody's motherfucking ass. Everybody's ass needs to get whooped, and I'm here to whoop it. You know what I mean? For America. So.
Yeah, throw that for America in there.
America. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even him like conducting this whole, you were ordered to not do this thing. And then he was just like, look, we all gonna get thrown out. We all gonna get court-martialed. We all pretty much our lives ain't shit after this moment.
Yep.
But we got to do it. But why? It don't matter. We just got to do it for America. We gotta do it for America, Dad Panther. For America.
What if there was drums playing in that speech, and that was just like a drum like din, 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 din. Like, is that the Minuteman running in the background?
Oh snap! Go get your shots. And go and pack your bags. We're going to America. Shout out to R. Kelly for that one. So that being said,
what?
He sang it. You didn't see it?
No.
Yeah.
When he was in Africa, and he was on stage singing to chicks in the audience saying,
No.
"Do you want to come back with R. Kelly? Do you want to come to America?"
For that. He should
He
have done time for that. Just that first.
He sang it perfectly. Go get your shots. Go pack your bags.
No, there's certain things that, regardless what your talents are, should not be uttered, should not be sung.
What?
So,
Go get your shots, bro.
That's hell no.
Yo, come on now, yo, you bugging, bro. Hold on. No.
He's gonna find it. He's gonna find it.
I found it, my guy.
Wow, he had it in his top 5.
Girl, would you like to come back with Rob to America? America.
Yeah, harmonize that shit.
Do you have your passport? Did you get your shot? Who wants to come back with us to America?
This man recruiting.
This is a former terrorist. I know.
The get your shots line is killing me, right?
I know. Listen, I know the dude was sitting there. He missed the guy on keyboards. Missed sound check, and he said that he's there. He got everything. Got a mic. He's like, dun 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 dun.
What?
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Keep playing. Dun. Y'all knew about this shit. Dun 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 dun.
Passport, bags, and shots. Like
no.
The
R.
shots
Kelly
part.
came back, but the band is still in Africa. They were on a no-flight list. They got their passports taken, and now they're playing someplace on the beach. Dun 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 dun. Now, if I'm saying that all week long, I'm gonna come back at you, Jay. I'm sitting there cooking eggs.
That's well stuck in your head now.
America.
He gonna go his wife. Did you get your passport?
She was like, "What the hell are you saying?"
Get your shots to America.
I'm in the grocery store and people thinking I'm up to no good. Do you got your food? Water for 3 months. You're like, oh, no. CNN. So, yeah. Appreciate that one.
You're welcome, sir. I'm glad I can.
Thank you for being an American. Thank you.
Yeah. I can enhance your life just a little bit.
Sorry, viewers. I don't know where this went. We've been off the rail back and forth all day. All day.
It's part of the special part of being an American in America. Anyway, we check y'all on Thursday, 8 p.m. Real reviews. What are we reviewing this week, Eddie?
So we are reviewing Lift, and our retro film is the Tyler Perry's baby mama movie. I forgot what the name of
Which one? Because a lot of them follow the same
I think
arc.
it's called Single Moms Club.
Single Moms Club. But let me ask you guys: are we also trying to do the Beekeeper, or are we saving that for next week? What's up?
I'll be honest with you. I won't have time to see it.
Okay, then we can say that for next week.
Yeah,
maybe for next Sunday.
Now,
So good. It's gonna be a crazy week too.
If you want to do it Sunday, we can do it Sunday. I just can't do it Thursday.
Yeah, we'll save the Beekeeper for Sunday. So this Thursday is the Kevin Hart Lift, and then Tyler Perry Single Moms Club.
I would like to say before I leave, I watched Lift, and I cannot wait to talk about it. Oh,
Why
I can't
the
wait.
accent? Did he go to Africa?
My friend, listen to me, my friend. I cannot wait to see you. I cannot wait to talk about this film with you. My good friend.
So many lines.
But he's building up the anticipation. Now we got to wonder what motivated him to say that. Now we got.
I feel like Cat Williams told him to do that.
Man, if I wouldn't be sitting here with fucking wood balance behind me. Shit, I'd be lit. Y'all'd be with me. We'd be watching it together, my friend. We gonna do what?
Okay, wait. No, I got to. Do you know what part of the globe your accent is supposed to be?
Indian.
Okay, just checking.
Sorry, Indian, not Native American.
Not Native American.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Thank you, my friend.
America.
Oh,
America.
all of this is gonna be stuck in my head all week.
All right, check y'all next time. We love y'all. We out of here. Peace.
ticket.